Hi everyone, welcome to Tarot Cafe. My name is Candice, and today we are going to do a pick a card reading. Today we are going to perform a tarot reading to answer the question, will we ever get back together? This is going to be a yes or a no reading. So for this, we have three piles to choose from, and the first pile has this cute little Buddha toy, orange Buddha toy, and the second pile is this grayish blue Buddha, and and the third one has this, I think it's brown, brown Buddha toy. So before we go into the reading, I'd just like to explain to you the procedure as to how we are going to perform the yes or no reading. So once you've made your choice out of these three piles, I'll take the chosen deck and divide it into three groups of 13 cards each. For each group, I'll count the cards until I reach the 13th card or until I encounter an ace, whichever comes first. So if I find an ace, I'll stop counting for that group and move on to the next one. Here's how we'll interpret the results. So if all the three groups out of your pile, that is, if I take this pile 1, uh, then I further divide this into three groups, right? So for this group, let's say in this group, if all the three groups reveal an ace before or as the 13th card, it indicates a definite yes. If out of these three groups, two of them reveal an ace, there's an 80% chance of a positive outcome. And we'll look at the top non-ace card for further insights, right? If only one group out of these three or none reveal an ace, it suggests a negative outcome or uncertainty, and we'll need to read the top non-ace cards for additional context. So I hope that was not very difficult to understand, but even if it is, once we get into your reading, you'll be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So without further ado, please choose one of the three piles to begin the reading, and look at the timestamps below to jump into your pile. Thank you. Hi, pile 1. If you have chosen this deck with this cute yellow robed Buddha, let's get into your reading. This is going to be a yes or no reading. For the question, will pile 1 and the person in pile 1's mind ever get back together or not? Okay, so before starting, let's shuffle the cards properly. I'd want you to concentrate in the shuffling of the cards with the person in your mind. Okay, so will pile 1 and the person in their mind ever get back together? Will pile 1 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 1 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 1 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 1 and their person ever get back together? Alright. So here's how we do it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So we don't get an ace here. Let's move on to the next group. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got an ace of pentacles, so we stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you got 2 aces here in these 3 groups. So this means the answer to your question would be an 80% yes, all right, an 80% definite yes to the question whether you guys will ever get back together or not. So there is a high likelihood of you getting back together. So let's try and get the reading for the Fool here. So as far as this Fool card is concerned, what energy this gives me is that of uh, new beginnings, right? New beginnings. So the Fool here, for the question whether you guys will ever get back together or not, this represents sort of a new beginning, a fresh start. This could suggest that there is a potential for you and your person to come together, but for that, uh, it might require taking a leap of faith or approaching the relationship with a fresh perspective. And it could also mean that either one of you would have to step out of your comfort zones, and you should be open to new experiences, or experiences of being together. And uh, and it could also mean that even if you get back together, it may be a light-hearted and adventurous reunion rather than a serious or a planned one. And uh, and if you get back together this time, it also means that you need to trust in the process and be open to whatever unfolds without being burdened by past issues. If you're asking the question, will we ever get back together, which implies that you're asking for an ex. So this means that you both should not be burdened by your past experiences. You should forget about it and approach uh, this new relationship with a new perspective, right? And but if you look at the negative side of this the Fool card here, it can sometimes warn against being, making hasty decisions without really considering the consequences. So you basically have to question yourself whether, even if getting back together with this person is a possibility, is it going to be beneficial? Is it going to have a positive outcome for you or not? Right? Because this card is also a reminder to proceed with, caution, and not to rush back into the relationship without addressing the past problems. So overall, what I can see is that there is a high likelihood of, getting back together, but it will require a fresh, open-minded and a very, what do you say, an adventurous and not enthusiastic, I'm sorry, an adventurous approach. But then you have to also be aware of the, consequences, and not take a hasty decision regarding this relationship. So this is all what I have for you, pile one. I hope this resonates with you. Okay, let's move on to the next pile. Bye bye. Hi, pile two. If you have chosen this deck with this blue gray root Buddha, let's move into your reading. We are going to ask the question if the person in your mind and you will ever get back together or not. So let's shuffle these cards. I'm sorry that these cards are very slippery. and I might have some difficulty shuffling them, and they are also very new. Okay, the question is, will pile 2 and the person in their mind ever get back together? Will pile 2's person and will pile 2 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 2 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 2 and their person ever get back together? While I'm shuffling, I'd like you to concentrate on the question and the person that you have in your mind. So let's do it last time. Will pile 2 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 2 and their person ever get back together? Okay, so here's how we're doing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you already got the Ace of Wands, so I'm going to stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, you got the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to stop here. Move on to the third group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So pile 2, the answer to the question whether you will ever get back with your person is about 80% definite yes, as we've got 2 aces out of 3. So a definite 80% yes. Now let's move on to further reading of the Queen of Pentacles here as to what it means. So with the Queen of Pentacles and these 2 aces, it's almost like, there is a very high likelihood of you guys getting together. Okay, that's because this Queen of Pentacles is also a very stable, nurturing, and a compassionate card. Okay, this card gives the energy of this basically card, this card is basically a card of stability, security, and a very nurturing energy. If you guys are willing to come back together, uh, it's required to create a very supportive and loving relationship. Then only there is a strong potential for getting back together. And this could also mean, this Queen of Pentacles could also mean that reuniting might bring a sense of comfort and security, and both of you may need to focus on creating a harmonious and a comfortable home life together, right? And both of you might need to approach this relationship with a practical mindset, and any issues that you guys might have had in the past needs to be addressed practically, and also needs to see that both you and your partners or this person's needs are met. And and if you guys get back together, this relationship could be be more strong if both of you are caring and compassionate towards each other, and also attentive to each other's emotional and even material needs. And this Queen of Pentacles is also a card which might suggest that financial stability or material support could play a very prominent role in your reconciliation. This card also kind of gives me the feeling that you were married to this person in the past, and maybe you are in a separation right now, and so for those who have this who are in separation, then this is a very positive card for you guys to get back together, right? So overall, the Queen of Pentacles in this context, right, uh, indicates that there is a strong potential for getting back together if the relationship is approached with care, practicality, and even focusing on creating a stable and nurturing environment. So, yeah, that's all what I have for you, pile 2. Hope it resonates with you. And if it does, please share a comment below. Let's move on to the third pile. Thank you. Bye bye. Hi, pile 3. If you have chosen this deck with the brown robed Buddha, let's move into your reading. So, the question we are going to ask is, will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? So while I'm shuffling, I'd like you to focus in the question as well as picture the person in your mind. Will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? Will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? Okay, one last time. Will pile 3 and their person ever get back together? Okay. So here's how we do it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we didn't get an ace here. Oh, sorry. We have to take 13 cards. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got an ace of wands here. 1, 2. Okay. So I think these are very positive cards, and there is again an 80% chance. I said again because the other two piles also had 80% likelihood of getting back together. So here as well, pile 3, you've got an 80% all likelihood of getting back with your person. Okay, and this 9 of Pentacles is also a very positive card, but let's get a reading of this card along with this the other two aces. So the 9 of Pentacles in this context basically implies independence and self-sufficiency. So this card suggests that one or even both of you may currently be focusing on enjoying, personal freedom and achieving your independent goals. Uh, it might also indicate that before considering a reunion, right? here is a reunion card as well. So before considering a reunion with this person, it is very important that you, or both of you, the person in your mind, should fully embrace and appreciate your own independence. And both of you could be, both of you or either one of you could be at this moment enjoying your you know your hard work, the fruits of your hard work and labor. And you could be enjoying your solitude quite a bit. And it suggests that at the moment you or your person might be, happy and content being on your own. And uh, and if there is a potential reunion, it could mean that achieving personal goals and finding individual success might be a priority before coming back together for either one of you or even both of you. Okay. And uh, and if there is a reunion, which is there is a high possibility of between the two of you, if you ever come to if you ever come together, for this reunion to be successful, it might be essential for both of you to have a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. Um, and and this reunion is more likely to be successful if both you and this person have achieved a stable and secure foundation in your personal lives, right? So overall, what I can see is that although there is a great potential for getting back together, it might be important for both of you to first focus on your individual growth, independence, and personal accomplishments. This card, along with these two, suggests or even emphasizes the value of being self sufficient and happy on your own before considering a reunion. I hope it makes sense as to what I've said. And if it resonates with you, pile 3, please like and also give the thumbs up and maybe a comment or two. I'll really appreciate it. Thank you. See you in the next reading.